Alright, this is going to be the last segment now. So we got to nail this down right today, right? So these are the string diagrams I thought up. If it's got two of the notes we're interested on the bottom string, the low string, then there's a dash. That would be like the little string. Then we go 2-4 to the 7. Okay, 1 on that string, then to the 2, 1 on that string, then to the 4, 1 on that string, ignoring the 6th, because I just added the 6 to make a 7, 2, 4, 6 major 7th, or a 7th chord. We don't need that to get the pure half diminished. Going up again, we've got the 7 here, and then the 2-4 there. Alright? So that is the expanded from the C cage. It's way down there. Remember, this 4 was a 5. This 7 was a root, because we went from 5 to root. We dropped that down 1 in the major scale. It's not just a half step. It's only a half step when there's a half step in that major scale. So we dropped the 5 to the 4. We dropped the root to the 7. That's why the 7 didn't go down that far. We dropped the 3 to the 2. Okay? So this is what the first, we'll call it the overflow cage. I call it the raw cage. It's just raw down 7 cage arpeggio scale. What I have listed here is, hey, let's get back to the system, back to the standard. This is it. Take these guys, squeeze them together, and you get this. We say, no, we're going to draw a line here. We're going to say that this can only be, no, we're not going to let this happen. We're going to say we want to keep this cage right here. Oh, yellow's not a good color for this. We're going to keep this cage right here. Now you see the repeat, 3-4 and 3-4 there, right? No, that's not a good example. We have a yellow, but we're taking essentially this much and putting it right here, from the 3 to the 5. Okay? We're going to put it there and say, we'll take whatever falls in our scale and put it into here. So now you look at this. This isn't, you can't see where it's dropped down. You can see where the 5 is going to the 4. You can see where the root is going to the 7. Okay? You can see where this 3 is going to a 2 here, but it's chopped up, you see? Now the 5 and the 6 doesn't even have a B half diminished note on it, so I just added the 6. That's where the 6 can help us. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a string in the middle of all your strum that you can't hit a note on. So the 6 is a very good note to hit there. Alright, and I'll show you. Now we can start to read it off. So it would be what? 4 on the top, 2, and then if you do a 6 there, it's like a D minor. And that's why that 6 is there, because the D minor is a good substitution. So tell me this doesn't sound the same. Okay, the only difference is we're playing this instead of Alright, it's just that this B would be out of the C cage, and our trusty, our golden C cage we're not going to let this B break out of that cage and call it the C cage anymore. It's an overflow cage for half diminished. Where that 7 would be. It would be right there, kind of in the next one. So that's what's going on here. We have our overflow cages. This is the second degree, and you can see it kind of creeping up the line to, 2 to 4, then 4 to 5, then 6 to 7, then 6 to 7 to root here. Okay, the ironclad cage system bottom string scale numbers, key of C, because E would be the third in the key of C, your bottom lowest note on the guitar, would go like this: 3 to 5, then 5 to 6, then 6 to 7, okay, then 7 to root, okay, then 7 to 2, then 2 to 4 in the D cage. Alright, and you can see it. We can look at the D cage. We don't have to be afraid of this stuff anymore. It's going to work. It's going to work. So the D, a regular D, goes like this. I can do it way down here. And the diatonic would be like, now remember, the diatonic in the D cage goes up to the 4. This is part of the D tripentatonic cage. The D pentatonic scale itself starts on a 2, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then octave would be 6 on pentatonic scale. But if you want to do diatonic, it'd go like this. That's your Ionian D shape. Alright? So, way over here in the D shape, so you can see the tripentatonic boxes, or the pentatonic boxes, the cages, they kind of move along in the numbers, and they are inversions of a pentatonic scale. So starting with E, we start with root, or we could start with 7, but 7's not in a pentatonic scale, so with root we just go root, 2, 3, 5, 6, then the D is 2, 3, 5, 6 root, okay, then back over here to the C box, 3, 5, 6 root 2, and then the A box would be 5, 6 root 2, 3. Alright, so it moves along, and we want to apply that same concept to the half diminished. Okay, it moves along in the other modes too, in the D minor, in the E minor, in the F, in the G. The same thing happens, it just moves up. So you're not going to get the same numbers, but they're going to advance along the line there. You know, I don't want to go and get another diagram for that right now, but you know, it works like that. So like down here with the D minor, here's one. With the D minor, you know, we have it in the C box. Alright, the D minor is going to be 4 down there, then 4 goes to 6 in that the relative major of D minor is the 4th, so here's an E shape 4. Okay, then the 4th goes to the C shape 4th. Okay, in this particular box, in this one it's the D shape 4th, starting on the 6th. Alright, the 6th is like, gosh, well actually it starts on the 5th, but, and then we go over to the root here, whatever, it kind of works with the same way. I'm kind of messing that up a little bit. So that's why it can get confusing when we start to look at the D minor substitution. You know, we want to stick to the subject here. How are we going to phrase these half diminished? Alright, most teachers find out that the clock time has run out. I just want to show you that with D minor, it does move along. Here's the 4 to the 6 to the 6 to the 2 to the 2 to the 4. You just don't see a complete scalular increase as you do with the pentatonic. So We'll be covering this in the next lectures too, as we get a little more confidence at these difficult chords to phrase out in the cage system.